You think you know me?
There's no what I do blog today. I just got home from the gym, ready to retire from the evening. But in the morning, this morning, into the afternoon, I was out doing a black belt test and a black belt club class. The test was my first ever to promote to black belt. They're not done yet. They still have to take care of their sparring. I don't have a facility for the weekend to use for a black belt test. So we went to a park. We did all of our breaking and pumse and another part of the test out in the park. But the sparring attracts a lot of attention. So the sparring will be done in class. And hopefully everybody makes the grade. I had 5 testers, and once I get the sparring done, I will shortly give them the results. Most likely it won't be in the same week. I want to talk about what a black belt is. Lots of parents who bring their kids to a martial arts class, karate, taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, not Brazilian jiu-jitsu, judo, any martial art discipline that uses a belt that uses a belt system. The illusion is, once the student reaches black belt, the student is done. The student is done. That's not the case. That's not how it was explained to me, and that's not how I explain it to my students. One of my sabunims, one of my teachers in the past would tell me, Mario, black belt isn't the ending. Black belt means you have mastered the basic techniques, the fundamentals of Taekwondo. Now once you've mastered the fundamentals, you reach black belt. Now the real training begins. The real training begins. So I tell my students, and I make sure the parents, I announce it to the parents as well. Black belt is not the ending. Black belt is the true beginning. You can't master anything until you have mastered the basics, the fundamentals. I give this example when I talk about what a black belt is. When you're a baby, what's the first thing you do? First thing you did, cry. Then, after that, you started to learn how to move around by crawling. After you mastered crawling, you learned how to stand up and stay standing. After you mastered standing, you then began to walk. After you mastered walking, then you started to run. After you mastered running, well, then you started running faster. So it's a ladder of learning basics, just like the prerequisites in college. You can't take Math 101 if you haven't taken Math 56, or you didn't score very high in your, I don't know what they're called now, their assessment test. If you scored low on the assessment test for the math portion, you have to take prerequisites to refresh yourself, take Math 56 in order to take Math 78. or Math 101, Math 100. Prerequisites. Learn the basics first until you reach your mastery level. Mastery level. Black belt is not the end. Black belt is the true beginning. This is what I believe, and I always profess this to my students. Black belt is the beginning. Now the real training begins. The real training will begin. Okay? So if you students, my students, if you're watching, please put that in your mind. Now the real training will begin. If you pass my black belt test, get ready to start doing more advanced training. Black belt is not the end. Okay? Keep that in mind. See ya.